All right, so let's talk about how money is made on the internet. This is why you're here. How are people doing it, and how can you do it too without starting from scratch and working like a damn idiot?
At this point, you should understand that a perpetual cash flow machine needs traffic, an offer, and conversions. However, the offer is going to determine a lot about what kind of business you're running. And many offers just don't allow you to have a perpetual cash flow machine. If it can't be done online, if it can't be automated, and if it doesn't scale effectively, you will end up being owned by your business, not owning a business. Throughout the second part of this discovery process, we are going to explain a few different types of offers, and then introduce you to exactly what offer we're using, its 45-year proven track record, and its insanely high customer satisfaction, how I accidentally poisoned myself, and how to generate boatloads of money. In this video, we're gonna break down the main options business owners have when it comes to choosing an offer, and how to figure out what we would consider the perfect offer. So, there are actually two parts to an offer. Part one is a promise, and is having a product service that promises to deliver people their desired outcome. And part two is fulfillment, and is delivering on that promise you made about your product. As a simple example, if your body hurts, your desired outcome would be to feel better or to hurt less. In this example, let's say massage is the business. Part one is the promise that getting a massage will get your desired outcome of feeling better. Part two is fulfilling on the promise by actually getting a satisfying massage that makes you feel better and hurt less. Hopefully you understand the two parts, but just to give you another example, a personal trainer's promise is getting you the body you want. The fulfillment is creating a plan that actually gets you the body you want, aka your desired outcome. Now, the biggest mistake most business owners make is picking the wrong offer. And it's not because the offer is bad, it's because making a promise is easy, but fulfilling on that promise can be a lot more difficult, expensive, labor-intensive, etc. The type of offer can dictate a lot of things. It can dictate your level of overhead, how long your business lasts, how long it takes for your business to become profitable, and a lot more. Let's look at a couple examples. Are you hungry? We got some good food for you. This is the promise made by virtually every restaurant. Now, this is an easy promise to make, but what does it take to fulfill on this promise? So let's look at a brick and mortar business built completely from scratch. Imagine launching a restaurant. You secure a lease on a building, spend a few months renovating the dining room and updating the kitchen. You bring on a head chef and begin paying them to write a menu for you, not to mention securing, necessary permits and other things. Based on a survey filled out by restaurant owners, on average, all of these startup costs average anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. But keep in mind, you'll also need to have 6 months of expenses set aside as a buffer. Now, you're almost done with the build out. You put a sign up outside and it says, "Coming soon." Soon enough, it's opening day. Congrats. A few customers start to come in, but your first week you lose money. 6 months later, you have started to build a loyal customer base, and you have your first week where you gross enough money to cover the cost of running the business. A huge milestone. But you still need to make back all of the money that you spent to get to this point. By the end of your first year, your business starts to see a few weeks where you're turning a consistent profit. Amazing. From here, it could be another 6 months or even a year to get to the point where your profit has paid back your initial investment. And from there, congratulations. You're running a profitable restaurant and hopefully living well. So what did it take? 100K on the front end and 2 to 3 years of working hard to get to a place where your business is finally making money. From here, the work doesn't get easier, but at least you're making some money. As long as things stay good with the economy and people continue to spend money on, going out to eat. Personally, this business model is very risky and difficult, but still sounds appealing to so many people. Countless attempt this path. Unfortunately, the failure rate within the first 5 years is well over 80%. And high failure rates don't just apply to restaurants, we're talking most brick and mortar small businesses in general. And we haven't even addressed many of the challenges. I mean, just hiring and training and keeping good employees is an entire full-time job on its own. The real question is, do you want to spend $100,000 or more on a business that most try and fail at? It takes 3 to 5 years to break even, has very little scalability, and leaves you running around with your head cut off trying to keep it all alive. Now, at this point, you may realize that brick and mortar isn't for you. And you're thinking, what about freelancing or offering a service? Say massage, landscaping, house cleaning, videography, etc. So let's walk through it, and we'll just run with the videography example since I have some personal experience with it. Your promise is, I'll deliver you a video that meets your needs. Let's say captures your wedding beautifully. By the way, weddings are one of the most profitable niches in videography. Now, what does it take to fulfill on this promise? Well, first of all, you need some education. Assuming you didn't go to film school, which would cost an arm and a leg, easily 50 to 100,000, but you don't do that. And instead, you opt to go the route of learning online. This education would cost anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000. Next, you will need to buy gear. Now, gear is a never-ending pit since there's always new and better gear, but you get a kit that will allow you to shoot at a decently high level: camera, lenses, drone, lights, gimbal, and all of this will easily cost you $10,000 or more. Next, you will need to learn how to shoot and edit professionally. This will take at least 1 year just to become proficient enough to charge some money. Now, over the span of 3 to 5 years, it's possible to build your reputation and consistently earn anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 a month with this business. Now, when comparing it to running a brick and mortar, this may seem like a pretty good option, but you have to realize that you have no scalability. You can slowly increase what you charge, but at the end of the day, you are still trading time for money. And there are only so many clients you can serve at one time. Essentially, there are very few parts that can be automated, and you will be working a full-time job to try to keep your clients happy. I see so many people building businesses around the wrong offers because they think they're gonna just set up shop and sail into the sunset, not realizing some offers are superior to others when it comes to building a life of freedom and making large amounts of money. Like I said earlier, making promises is easy. Fulfilling on your promise is hard, and some promises are just harder to fulfill than others. Hopefully, these last couple examples showed just how costly and time-intensive the fulfillment side of a business can be. Now, I want to ask you some questions. How much time would it cost you to design a product that fulfills the promises that you want to make with your business? How much would it cost to make sure that that product is extremely high quality and would support your business for 50 plus years? How much would it cost to make sure your fulfillment abilities expanded as your business expanded? If you're hoping to run a global business, how much would it cost to build a worldwide customer support system with fast response times and the ability to communicate in many different languages? How much would it cost you to build all of this up front? How long would it take to put all of these pieces together? And how much would it cost you to maintain and grow it? And the biggest question of all, what if you didn't have to worry about any of those things? What if the fulfillment side of your offer was taken care of for you? If you've made it this far, you probably want to own a perpetual cash flow machine, a machine that earns you money while you're relaxing with your family, while you're traveling, while you're eating, while you're sleeping. You get the point. You don't want to be tied down to a business any more than you want to be tied down to a job. The right offer and great fulfillment can be the make or break point. Now, just to give you a hint, the offer that we use for our perpetual cash flow machine handles all of the fulfillment for us. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's not going to take any work. You're gonna need to be coachable and follow very specific guidelines. What I'm saying is we have a proven business where every aspect has already been thought out by professionals. The infrastructure is already built. You can do your work from anywhere with an internet connection. There is unlimited leverage, unlimited earning potential, and most aspects can be completely automated over time. And it costs a lot less than most traditional businesses do.
When you start with your first offer, you don't have to be attached to the offer or product itself. What's most important is what the market is excited about and whether it meets a real need in the marketplace or not. See, the reason you're really here is to learn how to generate boatloads of cash flow. So in part 2, in module 2 of this, we're going to share an offer with you that's been widely successful for us for many years. So that wraps up this video. Next, we're going to show you how leveraged and scientific advertising will change your life. So I'll see you guys in the next video.